The question is, how did we address or attract our audience? We first used two main places, YouTube and Facebook, to get feedback from our people. And it was quite popular.
We did.
The feedback I got from my Facebook was a lot of people said it was quite professional. There was one problem that one of my friends on Facebook said, which was the shot with the taking the scarf off, which the actual.
I tried to put a filter on that, and it because the clip was really short. The filter kind of messed up the composition of all like the structures within it, so it kind of went all fuzzy and it didn't really work. And
the feedback I got for that was, and I quote from my friend, "What the hell happened there?" And I was
a lot of people said about what was going on at the end. Like, did she jump off the building or did she just vanish or whatever?
The plot was quite complicated, to be fair, and I got quite a lot of feedback saying
I had a few of my friends that actually said on Facebook they wanted to know what happened in the stories, which would make us probably make me feel that we've done a good job. In fact, people wanted more.
I think the feedback was like a mix of people getting the storyline and people not understanding it and getting confused with probably the effects and the shots.
Yeah, so I guess that means that we probably got a selective audience. There are some people who understand it. But I reckon if we actually did like the whole film, I reckon all those people who had doubts about it would be able to. Well, their doubts wouldn't no longer be there.
But before we put in the effect, it was definitely much worse because you
didn't know who was following.
It then looked like the detective was
the one who was actually chasing.
Which is why supposed to separate the time zones.
Which is why in the actual.
I think it's also good to have a bit of like confusion because obviously we don't want to tell all of us. And we want to sort of leave it on a cliffhanger. Yeah. Did they do that or didn't they do that? Yeah. Leave a bit more mysterious.
But I guess it makes it a bit more.
Even with the effects, some people still didn't understand it. Like, we thought it'd make it clear. Oh, just put that part in black and white. They can still see the clear distinction. But some people still found that confusing.
Another way we tried to make it a bit more clear was we actually put like you see the hands of the the feet of the actual kidnapper, and you see the purple jacket on it and that, which we thought would actually make it more distinguishable in the different time periods. But the fact that you wouldn't have two people chasing one person, one running after her, one walking after her, but that's still. People got confused about it.
I think it was because
which to me, I don't see how they can get confused about it. But the audience is never wrong.
But I guess we made it, and they're just watching it for the first time.
Someone said, "Where's that guy with the hoodie come from?" And did you know that shot was left in? And I was like, "Oh, we did that on purpose." I think it's because
they were probably confused because when they saw the black and white, they probably saw that was back in time. And the minute they saw a bit of colour, they would probably think that was it back in the future again. So and as we had a mix of colour and black and white on the same shot, they probably didn't know which one was which.
In relation to the audience not really getting what the plot was about, I thought like a week afterwards, one single shot that we could have put in to make sure the audience understood that it was a kidnapping.
Put the bag over
it was a sideways shot. Putting the bag over the head, kind of a scream resonating.
Yeah, so that would
have been a good.
That would have given all the audiences the knowledge that it was a kidnapper, and because you would see the purple hoodie in that, you would know that this guy who you see earlier on and who's chasing her with the purple fleece is actually it.
We could have done the fade effect to tell, because it's like she runs up in black and white, then it goes to him in colour. If there had been a fade to tell going from the past to the present, because it's just him looking and then it pans. So it's just like he's looking at it.
Yeah, another reason why I still can't understand how some people couldn't understand it was the fact that you see the detective who's got, was it a black trench coat on?
Yeah.
And you got the other guy who's got purple, so surely you would notice, and you'd notice the difference.
Maybe next time
why would the kidnapper...
Maybe next time we'd make that more distinguishable from each one, so you'd obviously really make it...
Why would a kidnapper... Why would you see a kidnapper running after him and then you see like people who assume that the detective is the kidnapper and he's walking?
I guess
you don't
that always.
They only see it for the first time, only a few seconds shot.
I mean, it is only about 2 minutes long.
But they've seen it, they watch it for the first time, and it's only like 2 minutes, so it's going to be quite quick, which means they're going to have to process everything. So
there are films that you can understand the plot in 2 minutes, but with some films there are a lot more complex.
With a lot of films you have to watch it 2 or 3 times just to really understand the plot, all the characters.
Yeah, you've got some plots that are easy to understand, some plots that aren't easy to understand, and I think that our plot's probably one of those that it's about 50-50.
Before we actually made our finished final cut, we also did a showing to the class, like a sort of a screen to the class where we asked for feedback from them as well.
Yeah.
And those results were quite.
Well,
They were mixed as well. People said
mixed.
some were saying, "Oh yeah, I understood that," and then other people were like, "Oh no, I
There
didn't.
was
I didn't
more
know that we're back in
confusion.
time."
There was another shot where we had to correct, which was one where the detective's drinking from the flask, and then he goes, his like arm like juts up again, which is like very like
It's more simple.
Unfortunate, but we managed to put like a fade between there to make it separate.
so it looked a bit more. So
that was just more simple
We
mistakes.
covered quite a few mistakes, didn't we? By putting
More mistakes
in
being
the,
pointed out.
Yeah.
I think by with I didn't when I looked at my feedback we got not many people really talked about the part ways in his office. They just gave feedback on the chase scene.
I had a lot of people give feedback on the actual ending.
I think because
which I reckon is if you get more feedback on the ending,
So it's
that's
probably
more.
prominent.
the office
Half the
scene,
film.
I think, is the bit. It just sets everything else up. It was quite well polished, and I thought there's not a really
It was
lot
simple to
wrong. You
understand.
can get on with it. It's not really. It's a character progression rather than a plot progression. So
it's like we're following the detective throughout this whole film, and we're going to find out more information about him and what he's like in that. But you can already get certain aspects of what his character is like from the working in an office with the drinking the alcohol and the flask,
Dark room.
overworking, dark room.
You know, got all the names and all that on the board. So
just seeing the picture of his daughter and then chucking it down.
which goes to show that he is a bit obsessive over this case because it's his daughter.
And he should be.
So he's basically.
I think that was quite a hard thing to relate to the audience as well.
It was his daughter.
The girl getting kidnapped was the daughter because although
The picture was quite small.
there's
wasn't
only
it?
there's only one shot where it may show to the audience that she is actually the daughter, which is where he gets
So
the
then
picture
again,
out
so
as
that's
well.
what that shot's about a second, maybe less. So
The thing
it's
is-
gonna you have
Although
the audience have to pay
although
very
the
close
feedback
attention.
wasn't really sort of on that point. I think a lot of people understood that it was the daughter and sort of a detective.
I guess if you put the title as misunderstood, you can kind of understand more about
I think
the
it's
relationship.
the ending when he's saying Laura,
these
Laura,
two characters, these two
It's
characters have
understandable.
a relation to each other. You know.
Yeah.
From all, and that's what we actually try to put in our production, so the audience will know that it is the daughter.
And originally, in our first couple of film drafts, we had like a voiceover going over the top, didn't we, to try and reinforce this relationship, but it didn't really work out.
Yes, and
it
the audience thought they didn't
a
like
slideshow
because
pictures, and they just didn't understand it.
Yeah,
And
they
the voiceover-
didn't know
It
what
was
the point
quite
was.
creative to make just like still pictures, because still pictures represent the past, which is what we want, so rebellious past.
Exactly.
And then it has like voiceovers over the top showing that the daughter and the father actually have a relationship, and he's too hard working.
And also to make it sound like it was in the past that these two had a relationship with each other, was that we actually put like an echo on it. But the echo,
people mostly say that
people
didn't work.
didn't like it because they say it was a bit distracting.
And I think it's a better if you show not tell. It's another one of those things.
So basically,
straight away.
And then it kind of relates to the audience like we're talking to them as equals, not just like telling them a story. They have to work out for themselves.
Well, with the feedback, it was kind of like we had the idea for the office in the first place, then we decided to scrapping load of pictures.
Because
then the feedback
we thought
and they
that,
said
the office
that the office scene would work better.
Then we had the issue about thinking about if we did do the office scene, that would be too long.
Yeah.
So that's what we had to try and
we had to
cut it
compromise
down.
in one area to make the other part better.
Yeah.
But I think overall it did work really well.
It did get a good feedback from the
It was
audience.
good that we had the feedback so we could see what we
Yeah.
needed to improve.
It's like what we did was we had the original one, then we got feedback, then we corrected it, we got more feedback, and it was a trial and error, which resulted in this production where a lot of the people want more, they want to understand it, and
Just tweaking it over time, just taking each little bit, what people say, what people want to see.
Yeah.
So
It's good, yeah. That's
pretty much it.
Yep. Awesome.